In our previous lesson, we talked about the network settings of Workstation Pro. In this lesson I will show you how we create virtual machines. Let's start creating our virtual machine by coming to create a new virtual machine from here. I previously downloaded the ISO file of the Pardus operating system. While installing on ESXi, I showed the example of Windows 10. In this lesson, let's install Pardus onto VMware Workstation Pro. I choose Custom and Continue. Here I continue by leaving VMware Workstation 16 from the Hardware Compatibility section. Let's choose Install our disk image in our ISO file. I downloaded our ISO file to the download folder, and I will continue the installation by selecting our file from here. Here we choose Linux. Let's proceed by choosing Debian 10.2x64-bit as the version. Let's continue by typing Pardus in the name of the virtual machine from here. You can choose the amount of CPU from here. I leave it as 1 and continue. You can determine the RAM from here, let it be 2 GB. I continued by saying next. When we choose Bridge Network from here, it will automatically get the IP address from the subnet that our computer is connected to. If you choose the Use Only Host option here, you can choose VMnet2 that we created or VMnet1 in default. Here I will choose Bridge Network and automatically get IP and go to the internet. Let's keep this in the recommended settings. Let's continue by choosing Next. Let's move forward by doing Next here. Here you can determine how much our hard disk will be. Here, you choose the virtual disk type. If you install more than one Pardus operating system on Workstation Pro and choose multiple file from here, the common files in the installed operating systems are used in common. If you choose single file, it will install all files separately for each operating system you have installed. It will take up more space. That's why I continue here by choosing Split Multiple Files. Let's finish the process by clicking Finish. Now let's start installing our Pardus operating system by power on. I choose Turkish and press Enter. Here I choose the Install option and press Enter. Let's continue by choosing the language settings. We select the region settings and continue. Let's continue by choosing the keyboard settings. Let's continue by typing the name of our machine here. I write Yavuz on behalf of the user and continue. Let's continue by setting our password. Here is the partition part of the disk. Here I continue by choosing to use the entire disk. We finished partitioning the disk and continued by selecting Save Changes to Disk. Let's continue by selecting Yes here. Let's continue by choosing Yes. Let's continue by choosing Dev SDA here. Let's finish our installation by selecting Continue. Now the device restarts. Our device is turned on. Let's log in by typing our password. Now the installation of our virtual machine is finished. If you want to install it in different operating systems, you can create virtual machines here by entering the home page. In this lesson, we set up a virtual machine on Workstation Pro as an example. See you in our next lesson. Goodbye.